where are my believers at? My people that goes to church, that knows God, that love God, serving ministry. Where you at? Let me talk to you tonight. Come closer. You got your pillow? Because I got mine. It's pillow talk time. This story tonight might need just a little bit of wine. There's a thing in the South where I live called Southern hospitality. Southern hospitality is a real thing. And it's just simply being polite, nice, kind, and doing the things that Southerners do. Also, we believe in it takes a village. So, where I live in the South, I live in a little small town where everybody knows everybody. Everybody knows the preacher, the teacher. We know everybody. Everybody helps take care of everybody's kid. With that being said, I live in this community where my mom was there. My mom was my rock. My dad, not so much. He wasn't there. I knew who he was, but he was not present in my life. And with that being said, like any other child, you long for that parent that you don't have. You long for what those things that parent bring to you. With fathers, it's usually protection. It's usually power, superhero syndrome, where he can come in and swoop in, and I can be daddy's little girl. But like I said, my mama was fortunate and blessed enough to have a church community that helped took care of me. And in any other Southern church, we all were sisters, brothers, cousins, aunties, uncles, godmama, godparents. Speaking of godparents, I had my own. And just so happened, my godparents was the pastor of the church that we attended. And like I said, my godparents took care of me. They helped my mom do any and everything that was needed to be done. But at the same time, at an early age, I longed for that father's attention, which brought me to the place in life where I became promiscuous because I longed for something that I did not have. So I used what I did not have to find comfort in anything and everything else and everybody else. Again, I tell you, my godparents was the pastor of a church. No, not my parents was the pastor, but my godparents was. And once I became of an adult age, I found out that my goddad was secretly looking at me, checking me out. But I feel like I played a big role in this because, again, as a little girl with a promiscuous mind, I felt like I can use what I had to get what I want. Oh, yeah, I forgot to tell you that. Also in the South, there's another thing called light skin privilege. And I fell in that category. Bright, light skinned young girl, didn't know much when it came down to book sense, but I was cute. I had looks, and I could use what I had to get what I want. Back to the church. I worked in ministry when I became of age. And when I worked in ministry, I figured out that I could move my body and become a praise dancer instead of being a midnight ballerina. So I began to use what I had and move my body and dance for God or whomever would look and pay attention. And that's when my stepdad, my goddad, the man who helped take care of me, started noticing me. And at first it was like weird, but then I became fun of it. I was like, ooh, he like what he see. But then I was like battling in my mind because he was married and him and his wife was my godparents. And it's like, how could you have these kind of thoughts and feelings towards your godparents, the people that helped took care of you? But then it was kind of intriguing because I knew he was watching me and I knew he was looking at me. So I figured I could continue to move seductively and maybe just have thoughts in my mind and it never not go anywhere. But then he made his move. And at first I was scared. At first I didn't want to. At first I kind of resented it. And then I realized how good it felt. It just felt so good. Yes, we went there. We went there. And I'm like, Lord, please forgive me. But then again, this is good. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed him and every part of him until it came out that we were sleeping together, until the church found out. And now I have shame. But in the back of my mind, I'm like, I'm enjoying this. I don't want to give this up. But I was wrong. And I felt shame because I got caught. And not shame because I was doing what I was doing, because I was enjoying what I was doing, but shame because I got caught and everybody was talking about it. Again, I stay in a small town, so word gets around fast. So I moved, not out the town, but out the church. I moved from that church to the next church. But who knew that the next church was going to have a single pastor and he was going to be the protector that I wanted, or at least I thought in my mind. Here I am, I found myself doing the same thing, dancing in his ministry, doing things. At least this one is single. So then I began to talk to him. I got connected with him in all kind of ways. In the bedroom, in the church bathroom, oops, God, forgive me, office, anywhere we could, because I wanted him. He gave me what I was looking for, that protection. He found out what happened at my last church, and he made it his business to take me in and protect me and keep me from all hurt, harm, and danger. But yet and still doing the same thing. But I wasn't complaining about it. Nobody knew about it, and nobody was going to find out about it. Until one day, I felt like I was in competition with someone. There was other women that would come visit. There were other women that would come and go. Nobody would stay, all because of me. And I would have to have these little conversations. You know how we do, these indirect conversations with women to find out, what's your motive? Why you here? I know how I landed here in my position, and I ain't going nowhere because he's single. I like him. He like me, and he makes it known. So, like I had to tell several other women, he better off with me. And that's the way it's gonna stay. Again, I'm a light-skinned chick, so I had light-skin privilege. And baby, let me tell you, this new single pastor, he like light-skinned women. And that's all I needed to know. We began to have fun. We began to play. I mean, play. And I'm telling you, I'll make a woman leave quick if she thinks she's coming to take my spot. So me and him did our thing. I would drive his car. I would do things with him, for him. I didn't care what he was doing with nobody else, because he was my man in my mind and mine only. I can handle him any kind of way I want to because he had low self-esteem. When it came down to the human man, he forgot he was a pastor. And he became my bitch. I could talk to him any way I wanted to. I can handle him any way I wanted to. Do what I wanted to do with him. Who he was going to tell. Because I was going to tell it all. What he was doing. Sunday after Sunday, he preaching, telling the church that he's single. But then he's sleeping with me. So I knew he wasn't going to say anything. And I was doing everything I could to keep him in my bed or me in his bed. It was hard for him to be in my bed because I stayed at home with my mom even as a grown adult. But I could stay in his and we could meet up. We can do it at the church. It got so good. I got so connected with him. I kept my love going for him so strong. You know how when you love a person, you go from loving them and wanting to love everybody around them and in their circle I even befriended his friends. I started calling his best friend my auntie and my uncle. And they were pastors too. Not only did I call them my auntie and my uncle, I found myself being attracted to his friend. I knew my little side piece, he ain't going nowhere. Again, he's a pastor in the day, on Sundays, on Tuesdays, Bible study, Sunday service. He's a pastor, but he's a man at the end of the night because he's sleeping with me. But his friend, his best friend, she became my auntie. I began to call her auntie. I got close to her. I befriended her. And I feel bad about this because I know when everybody finds out, it's going to be a mess. And I just want to do it. I feel like I'm giving a confession. And I am, but not like this, but like this. But I befriended her. Again, she was auntie. And I could tell her everything. I could tell her about all the other women. I can get the attention off of me because I can talk about all the other women that wanted him but couldn't have him because I had him. But at the same time, little do auntie know, I ended up sleeping with her man. This gang got dangerous because them dreads was looking good, baby. See, he called for me to come do a job, and I ended up doing another job. Now I'm tangled up with auntie's man. Lord, what do I do? How do I come out of this? And I was using what I had to get everything I wanted.